They call it Larch Madness, and Conor Knighton tells us all about it.
Washington is the Evergreen State. But for a few brief weeks every fall, there is a gold rush in the mountains. The luminous larch tree adds a pop of vibrant color to high rocky slopes.
Well, not to jinx it, but it could be colder.
For an especially dedicated breed of foliage fan, it's a time of year known as Larch Madness.
Everything is a dark green everywhere except for this little pot that's popping. And especially when they're backlit, they just look like they're glowing. And to be up high on a sunny day and there's a smell that it keeps me going all winter long.
Joe Tobiasen, Sarah Gregory, and Andrew Knapp drove 3 hours from Seattle and will hike more than 8 miles round trip just to witness the big show. Growing right alongside its more steadfast neighbors, the larch is one of very few deciduous conifers. It has needles like a pine tree, but it sheds them every year in a blaze of glory.
That's very unusual for conifers. There's 600 species of conifers on the planet, and over 99% of them are evergreen. They don't lose their needles on a regular basis. Needles die over a period of years, but not seasonally. I would say in approximately 2 weeks, these needles will be cast off the tree and will be on the ground.
Dana Vasali is the publisher of the Methow Naturalist, a nature and arts journal that documents the beauty of this part of Washington.
There are enormous numbers of larch trees, so it's common, but it's not common in places where people are numerous.
These are subalpine larch, found only at high elevations in the Rocky Mountains and Washington's Cascade Range. Getting next to these needles requires either a nerve-wracking drive on a high mountain road or a steep, strenuous hike.
You just don't expect a conifer to be that soft.
Yeah.
It's like my pillow
Yeah.
at home.
The Northwest is also home to the faster-growing, longer-living western larch. The largest, known as Gus, is in Montana and is more than 1,000 years old. In the Northeast, the tamarack tree is also a species of larch. But no matter where you spot them, there's something about the orange and yellow needles that doesn't quite compute.
They seem fluorescent to me. The color seems so bright, and it penetrates into my eyes and into my brain in a way that the dark green other conifers don't do.
Those brilliant colors make larch season the busiest time of year for Joe Tobiasen. He's an elopement photographer. When a couple wants to exchange their vows beneath the boughs, he'll scout a particularly scenic spot.
My job is not to take the coolest pictures I can, but it's to make sure that I make photos that represent who they are.
I would say you should change.
Sarah Gregory and Andrew Knapp are avid hikers.
Let's do it, yep.
And on this day, their backpacks contained one extra set of layers. After a long hike and a quick change, they decided to take the plunge on a rocky cliff amongst the larches.
I vow to always listen and try to be present with you.
It's one thing to walk down an aisle. It's another thing to climb 2,000 feet of elevation to your wedding. Why do it this way?
Well, we're doing the traditional big wedding party next year, but we knew that we wanted to do something special that was just us. And we knew we wanted to do a hike and see the larches, and so the idea just was kind of born from that.
Excellent. Beautiful.
For a couple beginning their journey together, the larches may offer a lesson, a glowing reminder that hard work can lead to some of life's greatest rewards.
When they light up in the sun, they have this mysterious kind of ethereal halo around them. It's really something that, some people will never get a chance to see, but I find it so magical and it never gets old. So to celebrate a moment like this amongst something as magical as the larches is really special.